The upcoming episodes and next Monday are packed with explosive revelations, long-buried secrets coming to light, and decisions that will have lasting consequences. Friday, April 18th. Secrets revealed and loyalties tested. The end of the week brings a tension-filled showdown that viewers have been anticipating. Two men, who have long been harboring distrust and old grudges, Xander and Philip, are finally airing their grievances. In a rare, emotionally raw moment, the truth begins to pour out. Long-standing lies are exposed, betrayals are unearthed, and it becomes clear that the facade these two have upheld is crumbling. But while much is said, not everything is revealed. Sarah's involvement in the unfolding drama is conspicuously absent from the conversation, and for now, her role remains shrouded in secrecy. Is she hiding something, or is someone protecting her? Meanwhile, elsewhere in Salem, an emotionally complex conversation takes place between Rafe and Sammy. This isn't just another casual chat. This is something deeper, more intimate. Rafe opens up in a way he rarely does, exposing vulnerabilities he's kept buried. It's a moment that's been building for years, and it sets off a chain reaction. Passion flares, and the two move forward emotionally and physically. But nothing in Salem stays hidden for long. Someone is watching. Someone sees. That someone is Javi. And while he doesn't say a word for now, the weight of what he's witnessed could change everything. Will he stay silent forever? At the same time, two unlikely allies, Sean and JJ, approach Melinda Trask with a warning. The stakes are high. Whether it's tied to a powerful figure's attempted murder or a mysterious piece of jewelry that holds more secrets than sparkle. This conversation isn't just legal. It's personal. And with Melinda's history of bending the rules, will she listen to reason or retaliate? Not far away, sparks fly in another part of Salem as Gabby and Vivian engage in a fierce verbal battle. This isn't just a heated argument, this is a mother of a showdown. Accusations fly and deep wounds resurface. The loss of a beloved man, Stefan, hangs heavy in the air. Gabby blames Vivian, and while at first it may seem like mere grief and suspicion speaking, there's more to the story. Because in a dark twist, it's true. Vivian did forge divorce papers. She did orchestrate a kidnapping. And she sent Stefan away not knowing the ripple effects it would cause. Monday, April 21st, arrests, affairs, and a family fractured. As the new week unfolds, the drama only escalates. In a jaw-dropping twist, Xander finally uncovers the truth about what Philip has done. It's not just a misstep or a business error, it's something far more calculated. When Xander brings the truth to Sarah, her reaction is curiously muted. There's no shock, no outburst. It's almost as if she already knew. And that's because she did. While Xander begins to piece it all together, Sarah remains composed, too composed. Her involvement in the deception is far from innocent, and yet, for reasons known only to her, she chooses silence. But guilt is a heavy burden, and it doesn't go away just because you pretend it's not there. Amidst the secrecy, Sarah and Xander attempt to move forward with something happier, their long-delayed honeymoon. Plans are made, bags are packed, and laughter momentarily replaces tension. But beneath the surface, Sarah is struggling. Her guilt gnaws at her, turning what should be a joyful time into something far more complicated. How long can she pretend? How long can she lie? Elsewhere, in another part of Salem, a mystery is finally solved, at least in part. Gabby and Kate are both cleared of involvement in EJ's shooting. For a brief moment, it seems justice has been served. But just as the dust begins to settle, new complications arise. Jack Jr. still suspects Gabby. His suspicion isn't just hurtful, it's a betrayal that cuts deep. For Gabby, the damage is done. Trust once broken isn't easily mended. And then there's the fallout from the rekindled flame between Sammy and Rafe. Their passionate reunion doesn't just reignite old feelings, it destroys current ones. Rafe's relationship with Jada is left in ruins, and Jada, heartbroken and furious, makes a beeline back to Sean. The tangled web of Salem's love lives only gets messier. Belle, meanwhile, is determined not to let anyone, not even her sister's drama or her own history, derail her future with EJ. She's focused. She's resolute. And she's not backing down. Justice comes for Kristen, or does it? The Salem Police Department makes a bold move. Kristen is officially arrested for EJ's shooting. The questioning is over. The evidence is in. But here's where things get murky. While it appears she's the shooter, whispers around town hint at a darker possibility. that she may not be the one who pulled the trigger after all. There are rumors, shocking ones, that her daughter, young Rachel, may have been involved. And in a chilling turn of events, Kristen may be ready to take the fall to protect her child. Will she confess to a crime she didn't commit? Can a mother's love override justice? A new face arrives on April 24th. A new actress takes on the role of Rachel, and with her arrival, expect a shift in the story's tone. No longer just a child in the background, Rachel is becoming central to a mystery that threatens to tear families apart. The prison uniform Kristen now wears is more than just fabric. It's a symbol of sacrifice, of secrets kept, and possibly of a truth no one is ready to face. A telling photograph recently surfaced. In it, Kristen, now in a denim shirt and dark prison jeans, stands beside EJ, Chad, and others alive and reunited in a moment heavy with implications. EJ survived, yes, but the family will never be the same. And while one woman waits behind bars, another prepares to leave town in disgrace. Philip, finally exposed, won't stick around for the fallout. He'll either walk away quietly or flee, fast and without looking back. His departure means Vivian loses everything she schemed for, and for once, the manipulator finds herself empty-handed. Friday and Monday episode aren't just full of drama. They're a turning point. Whispers of the past, shadows of tomorrow, a heart-pounding twist in Salem and beyond. Thursday's episode delivered an emotional gut punch that longtime fans of the series won't soon forget. In a world where secrets fester, alliances are tested, and love is both a strength and a vulnerability, the story continues to unfold with breathtaking intensity. The scene opens quietly but powerfully. The familiar soft hum of fluorescent lights fills Kayla's office, the space around her still, almost sacred. She sits alone behind her desk, her eyes fixed on a photo that captures happier days, her and Steve, smiling, safe, and whole. The expression on her face says it all, the ache of distance, the burden of uncertainty, the weight of love that cannot be touched or reassured across miles. The door opens gently. Stephanie steps inside, her face a mixture of weariness and barely contained emotion. She glances at the photo in her mother's hands and breaks the silence with a simple truth that cuts to the heart: she misses him too. It's not just about physical absence, it's about everything that comes with it. The worry, the unknown, the fear that something unspeakable might happen before they get a chance to say what truly matters. Kayla's eyes fill with tears as she tries to gather her strength. But before she can offer words of comfort, Stephanie continues, her voice cracking slightly. She admits she's unraveling inside. Not from danger in the traditional sense, but from the crushing weight of secrets. She's found herself caught in a web of information too big to handle and too dangerous to ignore. A truth she uncovered, then shared and forced someone else to carry with her. She's trapped in a cycle of doubt. Is she protecting those she loves, or is she unintentionally placing them in even greater peril? Kayla listens carefully, offering a mother's gentle presence and hard-won wisdom. She doesn't judge, doesn't rush to give advice. Instead, she reminds her daughter that the most important compass she has is her conscience. If it feels wrong, it probably is. If it keeps her awake at night, maybe it needs to be shared. The truth may hurt, but silence can destroy. Sometimes the only way forward is through the fire. While mother and daughter wrestle with their hearts in Salem, the action cuts to a stark hospital facility in Estonia, where Steve and Marlena are locked in a different kind of battle. One against time, secrecy, and the dark undercurrents of international intrigue. Steve paces the hotel room, frustration simmering beneath the surface. He informs Marlena that the ISA still hasn't been able to decrypt the file she bravely secured. One cryptic word keeps echoing in their minds. Rosebud. The word stirs up cinematic memories, yes, from Citizen Kane, but this is no film. This is real. And dangerous. They've been trying to contact Orpheus, but the man has vanished from reach. That is, until Marlena learns a crucial detail: he's under medical care, tucked away in a hospital room. That gives her an idea, one only someone with her audacity and psychological training could pull off. Disguised in white coats and armed with nerves of steel, she and Steve infiltrate the hospital, pretending to be medical professionals assigned to Orpheus' psychiatric care. The stakes are unthinkable, but the mission is simple: get him to talk. Get him to tell them what Rosebud really means. Inside the hospital room, they find Orpheus surprisingly cooperative, perhaps too cooperative. Marlena appeals to the tiny shred of humanity left inside him, speaking not as an enemy but as someone who understands the power of family. She reminds him that releasing a toxic weapon would not just hurt strangers, but his own kin. Would he really do that to his children? He pauses, then offers a trade. He'll give them the information they need if Marlena helps his son, Christian, gain access to his own child. She agrees, reluctantly, and places her bag beside his hospital bed while assuring him that she'll write the letter he wants. Orpheus leans in, voice low, heavy with menace and mystery. Rosebud, he explains, is the code name for a black market arms deal currently underway in Latvia. A dangerous exchange of illegal weapons that could tip the scales of power across borders. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the exact coordinates. With no time to waste, Steve and Marlena make a quick exit. Back at the hotel, Steve immediately contacts Andrew and relays everything they've learned. But just as they begin making plans to act, the rug is pulled out from under them. The ICE, having monitored the situation closely, orders them to stand down. This isn't a job for civilians anymore, not even seasoned ones like them. Professional agents are being dispatched to infiltrate the arms deal. Steve, ever the pragmatist, tells Marlena it's time to go home. It's not easy to step away, not when they're this close, but it's necessary. Marlena is devastated. The idea of walking away while lives hang in the balance gnaws at her. She doesn't want to sit on her hands waiting for a phone call that might never come. But she knows Steve is right. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is the smartest. She nods in agreement and begins packing. Steve says he'll book their flight, stepping out to make arrangements. He also takes a moment to call Kayla, his voice warm despite the tension of the day. He's coming home. This part of the fight is over for now. The ICE will finish what they started. But just as the sense of finality begins to settle, a chilling twist emerges. Marlena, alone in the room, notices something out of place. A small note tucked into her bag, unmistakably new. Her hands tremble as she unfolds it. The words hit like ice. If you want to see John alive, go back and come alone. 1,000 thoughts race through her mind. How did someone get to her bag? Is it a bluff? A trap? Or worse, proof that John is still in unimaginable danger? Without hesitation, driven by love and instinct, Marlena heads out the door. She doesn't wait. She doesn't hesitate. She doesn't even tell Steve, who is returning at that very moment. As he hangs up the phone and walks down the hallway toward their room, Marlena is already gone. And with that, Thursday's episode ends. Not with resolution, but with the quiet scream of suspense echoing through every heart watching. What will Marlena find on the other side of that note? Has she just walked into a trap that could end everything? And will Steve realize what's happened before it's too late? One thing is certain. The story is far from over. Stay tuned.